me when it comes to women and men, most women and men. And I believe that we were designed to be that way and not to be separated from each other. For one, to have a mother, a father, and child all in the same household. And like I said, I understand things don't always work out that way. So when it doesn't work out that way, this is the issue that you have. You end up with kids having a half full toolbox, and the kid will even get to a point to where he's kind of against using a ratchet or using a crescent wrench, and he thinks that this peanut butter and jelly sandwich that his mama gave him in the box is going to solve every problem. That's not the way that life is. And that's what a lot of these kids I look at are running into, the fact that they are not equipped, and they don't even really understand that they are not equipped because they haven't been there they haven't had that breakdown yet. And when you have that breakdown, it either makes you or it breaks you. The kid, so for example, for myself, I wasn't raised with my father in the household, but at the same time, I'm the oldest of four brothers. My sister is the oldest, but I'm the second oldest, but I'm the first oldest male. So the toolbox that I was given, obviously, I was raised by my mama. I didn't have, my father there. Or my mama, I can remember having a boyfriend and, eventually having a husband. But in my opinion, this guy, that was around, he really never taught me anything. I don't feel like I learned anything from him. I learned how to, be spiteful and be, negative and this is not a shot at him. This is the God's honest truth. Like growing up with this guy, I was real bitter, and at one point I thought I probably hated him and didn't want to be around him. And I just, it seemed like everything that I was trying to build, he was always trying to tear down, as if he just didn't, give two shits about what I was doing. So I would always get away from him, go out in the woods. I always had this desire to build something or to put something together, to make something out of nothing. And it was like every time I built something up, he was coming out there tearing it down, kicking it down, or just, telling me I couldn't do it or whatever. And I think that's where my drive came from, to go and get it, to make things happen in my own life the way that I wanted them to happen. So, kind of lost track. So yeah, back to the toolbox. Yeah, that was the toolbox that I was given. My mama gave me all the love. She fed me. She made sure I yes ma'am, no ma'am. I went to school every day. I graduated, all that stuff. Even after my mama passed, I knew it was one thing that I had to do. It was graduate. Now, after me, it kind of trickled down and started, long story short, I graduated. My brother next to me, he graduated. And then after that, it just started falling off. They started making it into high school and dropping out. And then it got to junior high and, just, I don't even care to make it to high school. People just started to give up. And it's a trend that I noticed because it's my life. I'm seeing this. I'm very observant. I pay attention to these things. So I ended up making a decision that I'm glad I made at the time. At 17, I made up my mind that I was going into the military. I made the decision unaware of what the military was about or what I was going to be going through, how I was going to be treated, anything like that. But one thing that I look back on and I recognize today is that what I did was I taught myself a lesson. I burned my ship. I got on that plane, and there was no turning back. Once I got to where I got to, I had to sign the papers and everything saying, hey, I'm the property of y'all. There's nothing I can do at this point. I'm sure there was ways that I could have got out, but I didn't want to go that route. I wanted to stick it out now that I'm here and be a man about it. So the thing with the kids is that when they have a toolbox that's built by mom, it's going to be a lot softer than the toolbox that's built by dad. And no offense to the women, but that's just the way it is. If we're honest with each other, We know that the toolbox